Hey vlog, today is going to be a little different because I'm just going to voice over the whole thing because I didn't feel like doing real talky vlogging the other day. So first thing I did was go to church, but then when I came back, I made some bread because I wanted to have sandwiches in my lunch and I didn't want to buy bread at the store and I was just feeling a little homemade. So first thing was some water with milk. It looks like it was just milk, but there was also mostly water and it was warm, adding some sugar to it, then put some yeast in there. Unfortunately, I'm almost out of yeast, which is extra unfortunate because I have bought so much yeast over the years because I kept thinking that I didn't have any and then I buy a fully new thing. But I don't know why I only have one here. I feel like the other stuff is probably all at the real home. That's out after it puffed up. Now, this is some of the, my goodness, pavlovas we have made. It was delicious. These are bananas that are all mashed up. Took me like literally 5 minutes in the microwave to get them unfrozen. I don't know why, but for some banana muffins I was making. Now, yeah, here's the dry ingredients, mixing it up together, adding some handfuls of chocolate chips, literally handfuls. And I've heard that if you mix it with the dry ingredients first, then that makes it not like sink all to the bottom. I honestly don't know if I really have that problem in muffins, and I also don't know if it works, but they didn't sink to the bottom, so whether that was because of that or because of something else, I don't know, but it's fine, who cares? Now, this is me scraping the bowl very well. In my mind, I was like, oh, this looks so satisfying to see me scrape it so nicely, but you literally can't see anything, so it's unfortunate. What is satisfying, though, is watching these get mixed up. I kind of love making muffins sometimes just because they're so easy and simple, and it's just like mix one thing, mix the other thing, mix it together, you got muffins. And look at that nice batter. It's just beautiful. I love the little bits of flour. I also love the little collection of the cupcakes on that tin with that game. It just feels very chaotic and very Christmas for some reason to me. There I am with my bowl scraping again. Hope you're impressed. Now I'm gonna fill up these little muffin tins. I wish I had a cup, like a scoop with the little crank thing to get it out, but I don't, so just spooning it. But I do enjoy the challenge of trying to spoon it in without getting it all over the side. Kind of adds a little bit of extra excitement. And kind of doing a pretty good job of it, not gonna lie. I'm not gonna stop voicing over so that I can eat one of my grapes. I don't know if you can hear me crunching it, but ASMR if you can. They're frozen, so it's kind of hurting my teeth. So good though, top tier fruit. Something interesting with the frozen grapes, the red ones always are softer than the green ones. Like they thaw quicker. I don't know if that's actually, maybe it just has to do with the size because the green ones tend to be bigger, but they have a different texture when frozen and I don't know why. But also I feel like red ones are usually sweeter, so maybe there's actually a higher sugar content. Who knows? Really evening these muffins out well. Kudos to me. Man, the batter just keeps coming. This is a very long clip. Apologies. My goodness, there's so much of it. Oh my goodness. I was kind of worried I was overfilling these, but when you see the final muffins, you'll be able to see that I was not, and it's actually filled up a very nice amount. Spoilers for the future muffins. Oh yeah, wipe that little extra. And look at that, no waste. Waste. Look at those. See, isn't that beautiful? I love it how it rose over the pan like that. Whoa. Wow. I was doing some fun camera stuff. Okay, now I think this is the bread after it rose and then I punched it down. Yes. Now you get to see the aerial shot of me forming this loaf. And pro tip, form it like this because it actually made the most beautiful bread I've ever made in my life. It's kind of weird there, like almost like a blueberry, but just because of the little spiky stuff on top. Okay, yeah, pat the dough, very nice. Got my rolling pin, rolling it out. You can see all the color on my rolling pin from when I made a mirror cake, and I got food coloring on it. And it was actually black food coloring, but now it's purple. Now I was just checking the size of the bread to see how I should roll it. But yeah, rolled it up like that, and then I realized that was going to be ugly because the other side was wonky, as you can see there. So, smooth that out a little bit, and then just rolled it up the other way. Pinching that seam. Oh, another little roll with the rolling pin. And then we roll it up. And a pretty tight roll. I did it once like this before, and it made a massive hole in the entire loaf of bread, but this one didn't. And then tuck the ends under. It looks so tiny and so cute. And then pop that bad boy right in that pan. Boom. There we go. Tucking it nice. I did cover it with towel. And then that's a couple hours later. Look at how beautiful that's risen. Okay, now this is bagel dough that I made. Now this is the bread. Isn't that the most picture-perfect loaf of bread? Literally like from a cartoon. And it's delicious too. Now these are the bagels. I decided to make bagels for breakfast during the week because I had cream cheese. And I had bought bagels, but I ran out before I ran out of cream cheese, so naturally I had to make them. Now, I'm not fantastic at shaping bagels. They turned out fine in the end, but I do find it quite difficult. The thing that I keep picking off is a piece of onion peel that was sitting on the counter that I, for some reason, kept getting into over and over again. Yeah, then I decided that I was going to redo this one, which I think this one, I thought it was going to be the worst, but it actually held together the most in boiling, which kind of surprised me. I'm going to eat some more grapes. I'm realizing now this video is low-key kind of long, given that I'm not actually, like, doing anything that interesting, but whatever. I guess I could have sped them up, and then you get to see the real time of the process behind all of this. There's 2 bagels done. 3rd bagel. This is a technique that I saw on the internet. So you roll it out flat. Very nice. I had to move the other bagel pieces because I kept hitting it with the rolling pin. And then you roll it up like a cinnamon bun. But then you have to pinch the edges. Which, the issue I have is that I find when I pinch it, it still will come apart. So maybe I just need to take more time and pinch it more. But I'm also realizing watching this how much I just, like, pet my dough. And, like, give it little pats. Then rolling it. That's also the way I saw to do it, to, like, wrap it around your hand. But then I kind of had to pinch the edge more, which... Look at that. So cute. It looks good. Except it did come apart in boiling, which you'll see later. Man, I'm really struggling with that piece. Roll it up. Pinch the seam. It was kind of a satisfying process. I enjoyed it. I clearly am not ready for mass producing bagels because I'm really taking my time with each of these. Repinching all these seams. I'm taking so much time to repinch it too, when I know full well now that it didn't even work, so that's unfortunate. Good. Thumbs up though, so yeah, that's them boiling. Gonna do 2 at a time. And then that's how it ended up. So I'm not happy about it, clearly. But I pinched them back together again after they cooled some, and then they turned out great. Now, this is me making my lunch for the next day. Because, sorry for the grape eating sounds if you can hear that. Making my lunch for my day of student teaching. Or observation. That was my bread. Look at how beautiful it looks. It also was delicious, I could say. This whole sandwich was delicious. So, put on some mayonnaise, good thick layer, because it's the delicious part of the sandwich. Most delicious. Not actually. Now we've got cheese, Armstrong cheese. Now, if you keep up with all of my content, which you should, you would have seen me or heard me say in a grocery haul that I'm not sure if I like Armstrong cheese because I had it once when I was a kid and I didn't like it. But I was going to try it again because it was like 50 cents less than the other cheese. But I did actually like it. However, I did notice it has a different taste to it. I don't know what it is. Maybe they somehow age their cheese differently. But it is interesting that the brand can actually affect it. And also, I don't think it's all in my head because I wasn't even thinking about it. I was eating the sandwich and I was like, what's that different little flavor that I'm tasting? But that was me trying it there and I thought it was fine. So I'm positioning my cheese on the sandwich. This really isn't the most interesting thing. I feel like everyone knows how to make a sandwich and you can't even see me putting it on. You can just see me cutting cheese, but you can enjoy my cutting techniques. I wouldn't practice all the techniques I do with my knife because I feel like I'm not actually the safest, which I should be, but, you know, it's just how it is sometimes. That was my little snack piece. Now I'm setting it aside so that I can wrap it up later. There's the sandwich. Look at how nicely placed that cheese is. Now we got some ham. Gotta rip that package open. Very nice. Sometimes I feel like they're way harder to get open than others. It was kind of hard to peel that piece of ham off, though. Because that was kind of gross to peel a piece of ham, but whatever. Okay, put on one slice. I like to do it in half like that, because then you can get 2 nice pieces on there in an even way, and it doesn't go off the edge of the bread that much. Because when it goes off the edge of the bread, I feel like it's not appetizing to me. Now we got the pickles. Now, also, if you saw the grocery haul, you know, this is a new type of pickle that I haven't tried before, a new brand. And it wasn't the least expensive one, but I think it was for dill pickles, maybe? I don't know. Or maybe I just wanted to try it. I don't remember. But I just sliced them. They're actually really good. I'm a big fan. I don't like them as much just, like, eating them plain. It was still good, clearly, since I ate it. But on the sandwich, though, it was a delicious kind of nice dilly flavor. So, add that 4th pickle slice on there. They aren't quite big enough that you can put, like, just one whole pickle on the sandwich. You kind of need to do a little more, but that's okay. Then I added then I stopped the video, apparently. Then I added my piece of bread. I kind of liked that it was a heel. It made it feel like it was nice and closed. Then I cut it diagonally. Today, on the sandwich I made today, I'm also recording this voiceover the day after I filmed this, but oh my goodness. Then we watched Dead Poet Society and ate candy cane ice cream. And what I was going to say before is that I cut it in half today instead of diagonal. And we had Chicago mixed popcorn, courtesy of Sueva. She's so kind.